Now let's look at these sentences. What conceptual connections do we make to allow these sentences to make sense? It's important how you package your ideas. He won't buy that. That's a worthless idea. There's always a market for good ideas. Now we probably notice that all these sentences are describing ideas. Just like time, idea is also an abstract concept. So we probably notice that we're using language that is used to describe something concrete to describe the concept of idea. Could you see what these languages were used for? These examples are actually used to exemplify the metaphor, ideas are goods. So the concept of ideas is our target domain, and goods is our source domain. Again, we use the language to describe goods to describe ideas, such as he won't buy that. In this case, we know that we usually buy or not buy merchandise, but here we can also use that language to describe ideas. Did you get it? Maybe you got something similar. It is okay. You don't need the exact same wording of the target domain or the source domain. Sometimes we use different words to express similar ideas. But when you write the metaphor, you want to write it following the template. The target domain is the source domain. So in these examples, the target domain is ideas. We're describing ideas using the language that we use to describe goods or merchandise. A specific target domain is not exclusively paired with a specific source domain. Now let's look at another example. You probably noticed that these sentences are also describing ideas or information. So the target domain here is the same with our previous example, but the source domain used in these examples are different. The source domain in this case is not goods or merchandise anymore. Look at this language. What do you think they're describing? It is food. We borrowed the language we use to describe food, the source domain, to describe ideas, the target domain. So now let's look at one final example. The answer here is love is insanity. Following the template, target domain is source domain. See, we use the language to describe an insane person to describe a person in love. I hope you got this one right. One final reminder is that when you're writing target domain and source domain, you want to write the words in all caps. Maybe you have already observed this. I hope you find this topic interesting and maybe a little challenging. I'm looking forward to reading your answers to your homework 8. Good luck!